So there is a lot of projects, I think, belong to the government of Botswana in the green energy, renewable energy. So can we know more about these sectors of project?
Yes, across the different ministries that I mentioned that are involved in environmentally related
Yes.
programs, of course, energy, minerals, because when you talk about mineral extraction, it's also a topic here at climate change.
Yes.
There's all these minerals and then also the environmental impacts of mining, the issue of coal and fossil fuels, and then we are working on green transition within our mining industry to
Yeah.
make sure that it's clean. The Minister of Minerals and Energy is here. You just talked to him.
Yes.
And he's also responsible for energy. So we are transiting towards solar energy, and we are doing all this procurement through, from different companies, even small scale enterprises that are able to do, biogas, solar farms and so forth. So we are actually having a lot of improvements in terms of progress in terms of, adopting renewable energy resources.
Yes.
Yes, and we are also dealing with issues of waste, because waste pollutes and waste is also an
Yes,
economy.
this is a
So
very
we are
important
very,
point.
very important. And plastic pollution is also a high level, topic,
Yeah.
or issue in climate change. So we have to protect the environment against pollution, of different kinds. We also have projects within the water sector. There's another ministry. They are also here.
Yeah.
The water sector, what we are doing is to make sure that we have sustainable water provision resources. We don't
Yeah.
have much rain in the southern part of the country. We have more dams in the north. So we have a major project for which government is spending a lot
For
to
water.
transport water from the
Yeah.
north to the south, to
Yeah.
feed the desert side and to
It's
feed
hectic,
the
really.
drier.
Yeah.
It's hectic, it's very expensive, but we are able to target budgeting, to be able to provide water, around that. Also exploring water harvesting, technologies
Yes.
and so forth. Agriculture, we're talking about, if we have a global green climate fund that we have received. We are improving farming systems for food production. Our farmers
Yeah.
are being taught how to utilize the right seed, when to plant at the right time,
That's
because
perfect.
rainfall patterns have changed.
Yes,
You know,
yes,
also a
because of the climate
herbage,
change.
forest, herbage, the grazing grass, it is changed, and then degradation, overgrazing, and all sorts of that kind of stuff. And then they are being assisted to adapt their agricultural production
Yeah.
processes to be able to help us with food security, because now we need more new technologies, we need new systems.
Yes.
We need new ways of doing agricultural production. We also are improving on our beef and small stock breeds. So we've been
Okay.
importing resilient breeds from other countries to come and fertilize our own, so that they can be resistant and stuff like that. Ministry of Lands and Water Affairs also dealing with new ways of settlements design,
Yeah.
land utilization. We are working with the United Nations Development Program on
Yes.
rearranging settlements. Ministry of Local Government is also here. We are talking urban redesign, how to
Wow.
make our urban cities more resilient to climate change. When we have floods, mobility, we are improving our routes right now. Our routes now, we have got flyovers that reduce the time that motorists spend on the road. They must go park their cars at home instead of being in the long queue after work and emitting gases.
Yes.
So there's a lot of technology innovations. We have the Botswana Digital Innovation Hub. We are incubating innovation solutions, coming up with apps that are helping also to be able to monitor the progress and impacts of climate change. We also have early warning systems
Okay.
within the Department of Meteorology,
Yes.
where we have placed these gadgets that help us to gauge the air pollution. We have water monitoring equipment that we have. So time and again, we are able to say what's the level of air pollution, what's the level of water pollution in our main water bodies. So
Yeah.
a lot of projects that are
Yes.
going on right now.
Yes, yes. And did you see any progress from last year to this year, from COP27 to COP28?
I would say it's interesting for me to say a lot of progress is the increasing concern,
Yeah.
especially from African states,
Yeah.
following the COP that we termed Africa COP last year. African states are saying we need more of action than
Yeah.
talk. The 100 million, all the pledges that have not been delivered and so forth. I think it's progress for us to start being concerned, to say we are tired of coming here all the way to talk. we want to see action.
Yes,
But part
you're
of the
right.
progress that I will say I might be able to appreciate
Yes.
is now the interest of private sector to be pledging towards climate change action, because it's no longer a government thing. So we're seeing a lot of increase in private sector companies pledging to help.
Yes.
Some of them also have already financial packages like green bonds. So I've brought about 2-3 banks with us to come and showcase what they are doing to promote businesses. Yes, businesses that are going green. Some are doing digital means of transitioning and so forth, mining and so forth.
Yes.
Now the other progress that I think I'll note with hoping that unlike the many pledges that have been made, this one will see it, is the loss and damage fund. We've come a long way pressing for this fund to be approved. Yesterday we saw that approval, and now we are concerned about how are we going to operationalize it. First of all, we want it to be an emergency fund. We don't want to take 2 years trying to apply for it when no your field, really. Your cattle were burnt yesterday because of wildfires, because of drought. So we are hoping that it will be easily accessible. It will be easy for us to absorb it. It will be easy for us to just make change, with it being readily available. So how is going to be modeled, for access is critical, especially for African countries. So if you look at the Green Climate Fund, you'll realize that we struggled, maybe up to 2 years, struggling to get, funding approved, because you have to get an intermediary body of experts to do the proposal, not with the loss and damage, because we need action on the ground. So for Botswana, maybe I will share something, for landlocked countries, how do we, collaborate with neighboring countries, access the sea, maybe for some help when there's emergency relief and stuff like that. And then there's another thing, maybe, before you go to another question. Funding, traditionally or historically within the climate change, has always targeted least developed countries favorably and small island states. So as we are not small islands, not least because we are middle income, we have come to middle income because of our efforts as government, putting all our diamond revenues into climate change, into emergencies, response and so forth. So we don't want to be excluded for benefits because we are middle income. We have need. So I'm here always to lobby that consider us, because we can't be punished for good governance that has raised us to middle income.
Really, thank you so much, Honorable Ministry, to be with us in Zoom Africa, and really I appreciate your information
and you're welcome to Botswana.
We will come.
Please come.
Thank you so much. مشاهدي زوم أفريقيا، خليكم معانا، احنا لسه في الكوب 28.